Hello, thank you for joining me. I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. In this video, I am going to simplify support and resistance in crypto. Yeah, in crypto is so volatile that support and resistance is constantly breaking, leaving a lot of people actually wondering what is this support and resistance. I know you must have heard about it, and today I, Bitcoin Gorilla, I'm about to simplify support and resistance for you in my own way. So by the end of this video, you will understand the ABCD of support and resistance in crypto, and as well as not just that, you will understand how to draw it. You are even going to watch me draw it in three easy steps, as well as I will show you how to trade it like a pro without no indicator needed. If you've not subscribed, do subscribe, because I always make predictions of the market using this same strategy I'm about to share with you, and I draw my charts from scratch. So if you're able to learn support and resistance, then when you're watching my analysis, it's easier for you to actually understand what I mean, because my strategies and tradings and prediction are all pure price action. And if you know the basis of pure price action, you know the basis of price action is support and resistance. And support and resistance is what makes up market structure. So let's just dive into it. The first thing I want to start is explaining what is support. Now, if you've not subscribed, like I said, subscribe so that you're going to get notification whenever I drop educational videos like this on how to trade crypto on both spot and future successfully without getting liquidations. Now, mind you, give us a thumbs up is a way of showing us love. In return, we're not asking for much. It's also going to boost others to also want to watch this video and learn from it if you learn from it. So, support are like Dunlop. See support like a Dunlop. That is what this picture made it look like. Now, support is an area on your chart that when price is falling, when price gets to this area, these areas are hidden areas on your chart. I made it define that when price get to this area, they tend to pause or completely reverse. Like you're going to see, like when price is falling now, for you to find support, the price must be heading in the downward direction. So the price is moving down, hits this invisible area, and all of a sudden it stop moving and start bouncing back up. Right now, it does not mean that it's not going to continue the move down or continue to dump. It just means that there is a pause. Now, if what is the cause of this pause? Now, this pause is caused as a result of demand, right? There is a lot of buyers who have placed their orders on that area or that price range. Now, I call it an area because you cannot find a particular price. The reason why you cannot find a particular price is you have millions of traders all over the world, and each person has his own particular. You must choose one price to put as your order, right? You can't put multiples of orders except you are putting multiples of orders, right? If you are going in, you wanting there's a particular price range, you know that when price gets to, it looks as if it has fallen on a Dunlop and then it needs to bounce. So if there is this force crashing and then falls into the support, there's this bounce, and sometimes the bounce acts like this, like there's something like this that happen. You find price try to go back up, get rejected, it goes back down, hit the same area, jump again, move up, not go too far, and return to this area. This area is what is called support. You can see I have noted it each time price, and then this area you must know that they can break just like a Dunlop. A Dunlop can break when the falling force is too heavy. If the falling force of Bitcoin here is too heavy and it falls on the support and then falls on it multiple times, it's going to find itself breaking through it. The reason is as a result of what is called sell pressure or supply. Too many people become scared, or a lot of reason there's more coin being supplied in the market and there's not enough people to buy it. That will cause support to break. So have it in the back of your mind. I also stated it at the bottom here that right now Please take a note that supports break easily when price return to them too many times as a result of too many supply without enough demand. And when they break, they instantly turn from support to resistance. A good example is right here. You can see, if I zoom in on Bitcoin right here, you're going to see how Bitcoin broke support. So you can see that in this area there was a support. You can see the last time it returned there was a bounce, right? But when it returned, it broke it the next time. So too many hits on the support always comes this breakdown. So that is support for you. What about resistance? Resistance is exactly the opposite of support. Now these are obstacles that are hidden on your chart that causes pause, either a price to pause when price is moving in an uptrend. Now mind you, resistance are always found when price is moving up. Price must be heading up. Price must be moving to the up direction. Remember, in trading there are only two directions, up and down, and then sideways. Sideways is when there's no move at all, like this is what is called sideways, or known as consolidation. If you want to know more about price action trading, please join Makaveli traders, and you're going to get trade, and you actually trade with me for a lifetime. You trade every trade I trade, and I'll teach you all my strategy for life. Now, here is it. One thing about resistance is, just like a support can get broken, resistance all the time gets broken. Like I said, resistance are areas on your chart that causes pause or a complete reverse when price is moving in an upward direction. So if price was moving like this, if the obstacle is too strong, now if the obstacle is too strong, sometimes it completely turns like this, price going down, right? Thereby clearing all the previous support. Remember, we talked about support and we say is that point where price gets to and stop falling further. So this is support and this is support. Meanwhile, this is resistance and this is resistance and this is resistance. So most times you find price breaking, you hear a lot of traders talk about how Bitcoin has broken all support. It means all the previous point where price was bouncing from has all been cleared. This is happening as a result of too much sell, too much what this is happening as a result of too much supply, right? And too much demand. Remember, we're talking about resistance. So when this is for support, when support gets broken, but we're not talking about support, please, we're talking about resistance. So resistance break easily when there is too much demand. So if price comes here, remember, price move up as a result of demand. So when there is too much demand, you see countless hits and boom, it breaks the resistance, especially after price returns to it too many times. So if price hits a resistance and then pull back, doesn't go too far, return to this resistance, pull back, doesn't go too far, returns countless on countless hit, is going to break through it. And that is what they call breaking of resistance. A good example is right here, right? A good example is right here. You can see that the previous time that Bitcoin came, Bitcoin hit this place countless times and it failed to break above it. Then Bitcoin returned as a result of the obstacle was too strong, or should I say the sell pressure was strong. It pushed them to a stronger support. Now look what happened, just the same thing that happened on this side. This is the first time they hit the support. They have returned again to it, and now they are heading back to that same support. You see countless hit on this support. What does that tell you? Now, if you want to know how many hits it takes to break a support, I also teach that. It's part of Bitcoin Gorilla box strategy. Just come to Makaveli Trader and I'm going to teach you how can you know a support is about to break, right? Now, here is the thing. That will be for another video. Now, the thing about knowing that support always try to catch the dump, right? This is it. Now, resistance, you can see it returned to the same resistance, and this time around it cleared and went above it, right? It went above the previous high. That is what they call piercing through the resistance. But now, does that mean that it cleared the last high, the last point where price stopped at? It cleared it and went above it. Look at it. It cleared and went above it. Does it mean that this cleared the entire resistance area? Now this is what we're going to talk about when we start talking about how to draw support and resistance. So resistance, in another word, is like a roof, right? A roof that is breakable. a roof, an obstacle that when price first arrive at it, it's likely to push price down. Now, the multiple times price comes back to it after being pushed down is likely going to lead to that breaking through. And the reason is because there is growth in demand. A lot of people are showing interest in buying at that area, and this is what is called the resistance area getting destroyed. Price is an uptrend, and in an uptrend price always easily break resistance. In a downtrend price easily breaks support. Now we're going to head next to how to draw support and resistance. So now that we know how to actually what they are, how do we draw it? So my easy step is you can draw support and resistance in three easy steps. First is locate and draw your horizontal support and resistance using the horizontal trend line. So let's go to the horizontal support and resistance. So I'm going to pick my horizontal trend line, which is right here. Go to your tools, pick your horizontal trend line. I'm going to get the areas of importance. Now these are the areas where price gets rejected. They are my support and resistance. And the reason why will you ask me which one is now support, which one is resistance? Remember what I said here. I said that support and resistance easily change, automatically start acting as a new support. So every time a support is broken, it turns to a resistance, and every time a resistance is broken, it's automatically turned to a support. This is why a support, when price is going up, the same area that acted as a resistance, when price is now going down, it's likely going to start acting as a support, right? And when price is going down, the same area that acted as a resistance, as a support, is likely going to start acting as a resistance. Now let me show you something. So it's a vice versa. So all this line is the same as support and resistance, but I need to find the area to know where they are. Now that is where our next in drawing the chart, it says the next, you said you should what? Locate the areas. I've located the area. They said find the support and slash resistance area of the horizontal support and resistance that we just found using the rectangle tool. So what do I mean by this? In other words, let's just break this English. It means I should find the area. Because why? You can see that most of the time price don't just stop each time they hit this line. Price pierce through the line. So if I treat this line as a line, I will find myself getting tricked. So I will find that price we get to the, I think if you know what they call stop loss hunt, you know that it is price getting to your stop loss, hitting you, kicking you out, and then reversing and going back up. So let's say you are in a buy position, price get to your area, kick you out, and after kicking you out, turn and then keep going the same direction. Let's say you bought and then you bought at 30k, price get to 30k, broke through 30k, went to your stop loss was take 29k, it went to 28,800 and then turn back and start going back up and went to 40k, went to 50k, went to 60k. That is called stop loss hunt. And to avoid that, this is why I treat my support and resistance as an area. So after finding it, I tend to find the area. Now if you want to know what the secret of this area is nothing but locating those area where that caused the rejection. Now if you want to know further on how this is all depending on this area is depending on the point of rejection. Now, there is a particular thing I am looking at. If you want to know further on this, please come and join Makaveli Trader and I will train you live and show you the secrets that are hidden in this area and how I got to find them. Now, here's the thing. I drew this chart on daily chart, but let's go to I drew the chart on weekly chart, but come and see the drama that happened on daily chart. Can you see that each time this area price enters this area, sometimes piercing through it? So you see, I cannot place my stop loss right here, right? If I buy here, I cannot place my stop loss right here. Instead, what I do is because of my area, if we go to the chart, it said find the uptrending support using the trend lines. Now that is trend line, please. I meant trend line here. So let me color that. So using the trend line. So what do I mean by this? Now the next support and resistance. Now I have found the horizontal support and resistance. I have also found the areas. The next thing I want to find is the trend line. So I'm going to pick the trend line and I'm going to draw it. Now this is the trend line. You can see it's the trending trend line. This trend line is movable. This is the trending support and resistance. So you find the trending support and resistance. And I can tell you there are multiple trending support and resistance. And I'll tell you the importance of finding this support and resistance. This is our first support. Now, in this situation, these are called buyer's line. Buyer's line. It means whenever price touch these lines, they tend to move back up, right? So these are the buyer's line, and I can tell you I can find the seller's line. It means whenever price touch these areas, price start moving down. Now, there is something they call a gap. Now, you must learn how to use this in terms of gap. Now, you can see this is all the support and resistance that I need. Now, I can tell you that whenever price come here, there is a reaction. You can see the pulse, and the next time price comes here, there will be a reaction on Bitcoin, right? You can see again, whenever price come to this point, there is a reaction, right? You can see price is currently at this point. So it is likely price is likely going to go like this again and return. It's either it gets rejected here or it gets rejected here, right? And each time any of this support and resistance area is broken, I look forward to the next one. So if price goes up and breaks through this one, I look forward to this point as the next rejection, as the next obstacle, right? But price has to completely clear this place. As long as price is within this area, for me, it is a threat that chances are high that is going to fall lower if price is on the upside. So when price returns to it, I know that chances are high price is going to break through it, because this is now returning to it. Now price returns to it, breaks above it, goes to the next one. You can see that price get to it and again reacted just like the next one. So now it has returned. So this is how you see the reaction each time price comes. You can see the last time price returned to this point and the last time price returned, and you can see the reaction that price get. So, and this drawing, like I said, was made on the weekly chart, but this is it on the daily chart. So I'm going to round it up by talking about the next thing is how to trade support and resistance. In other words, it's very simple. Now that you found the support and resistance area, which is the first thing you must do if you want to trade this strategy, right? You can see I've already found my support and strategy. So let's say I want to trade 4 hours. All I need to do is take my chart to 4 hours, and you can see how beautifully the chart looks like, right? So let's go. It says the next thing, find your entry and your stop loss. So what do? I need to find my entry. Now, in this situation in Bitcoin, I would have found my entry when price was right here. I don't buy when you are trading support and resistance, then always make sure you are buying support and you are selling resistance, right? So if you entered here, and for me, I believe in pyramiding a trade. It means I can ride a trend for how long because of this strategy. Because if I enter here, all I need to do is place my stop loss right here. So let's say, for instance, this point, price was still here on a support. Let's say price was still here on a support, right? Price was here on a support, and I found my entry, because you can see that when price was still on this support, there was a lot of drama that happened on this support. It pierced through the support, right? But instantly it got reversed to it. Now my goal is I need to enter when price is at least has gone back. Even if price pierces the bottom of this price must have gone back above this my white line. So each drawing I made before plays a role. So price has gone above it. So my goal is to place my stop loss just below this point, right? So my goal is to make an entry probably around here. Now remember, there are so many times that price can hit before price either move or change direction. Now, if you want to learn, like I said, come to Makaveli Traders. I give 3 months intensive trading, and you're going to train with me for life. I give you access to all my trading books. I give you access to all my trading strategy, and I call my trades for you. Is that wonderful? That's the benefit for a lifetime, and it's a one-time payment. You don't need. There's no monthly subscription. There's nothing. It's a family. Once you join, you're a member, and whatever I teach you can be used anywhere. So you enter and put your stop loss right here. You enter the trade, and you can continue and keep moving your stop loss up. If you've not subscribed, subscribe, for I remain Bitcoin Gorilla. Thank you for watching, and give me a thumbs up if you find this entertaining. Happy trading.